Students, in this class we will learn this concept, what is called a sum of all coefficients being equal to 0. So this is a concept. So the meaning is, if you are given a polynomial, say p of x is equal to x to the power 3 negative 3x squared negative 33x positive 35, and if you substitute x is equal to 1 into the polynomial, and if you sum up all the coefficients or all the values that you're getting when x is equal to 1, in this case it's going to be 1, 3, negative 33, positive 35. If it is equal to 0, then this would mean x is equal to 1 is a root of the polynomial p of x, and its factor would be x minus 1. So this is a law or a theory, you can take it as. Now, using this theory, we would clearly be able to solve many questions where the degree of x is not even. Okay, so in the previous class we saw the degree of x to be as x is equal to 4. In fact, that technique which I've just explained to you will be able to solve questions on all even degrees of x, be it 4 or 6 or 8 and so on. Now this technique can be applied when the degree of x is odd. So when we apply this technique, clearly we see the values that we get here are 1, negative 3. If you add 1 and negative 3, you get negative 2. And then you got negative 33 and positive 35. You add these two things, you get positive 2. So when you add negative 2 with positive 2, you get 0. So we know from this theorem, this means that x is equal to 1 is a root of x to the power 3 negative 3x squared negative 33x positive 35. So having known this, what we got to do is we would be using now to obtain the exact factorization. So by synthetic division, so what we do is we would write down the polynomial. So as x to the power 3 negative 3x squared negative 33x and positive 35, and we know that x is equal to 1 is a root. So place the coefficients here. So that's going to be 1, negative 3, negative 33 and positive 35. X is equal to 1 is a root. Bring the 1 down. 1 multiplied with 1 will give me 1. Add these two. Negative 3 added with 1 will give me negative 2. 1 multiplied with negative 2 would give me negative 2. Negative 2 added with negative 33 would give me negative 35. 1 multiplied with negative 35 would give me negative 35. Adding these two would give me 0. So the quotient is going to be, I started with degree 3, so this has to be degree 2, negative 2 times x, negative 35. So now we need to solve this. So I would be using quadratic. So taking a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 2, and c is equal to negative 35. And using the formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus root of b squared negative 4ac divided by 2a, we would get negative of negative 2 plus or minus root of negative 2 squared negative 4 times a is 1, b squared is placed there, and c is negative 35 divided by 2 times a. Negative negative will give me positive, plus or minus root of negative 2 squared is going to be 4, negative negative positive, 4 times 5 is 22, 4 3s are 12, 13, 14, 140 divided by 2. 4 added with 140 would give me 144 divided by 2. This is going to be 2 plus root of 144 is going to be 12 divided by 2. which is 14 divided by 2, which is going to be 7, or 2 negative 12 divided by 2, which is negative 10 divided by 2, which is negative 5. So this is the cubic equation, right? So therefore you can write it. The roots are, we know x is equal to 1 is a root, then x is equal to 7 is a root, and x is equal to negative 5 is a root. I've written it like this. You can also write it like this, negative 5, comma 1, comma 7. So this solves the question.